Hi guys, this is Thomas from Lab Auto Retail, and today in this video I'm going to show you why I spent 16 hours straight on this beautiful Audi RS5. Why 16 hours? Well, because this car was pretty dirty. No, it was not a big mess, but still there was a lot of dirt accumulated in every nooks and crannies of the car. Every single surface of this RS5 needed a lot of attention, so today this is exactly what we're going to do. Every time I detail a car, I always start with the wheels first. This part of the car is the closest to the road, so the majority of the dirt goes directly into the rims, and when you add the brake dust, well, it just gets messy real quick. Most of the time when people are cleaning a car, they don't take the time to rinse inside the wheel wells, and let me tell you guys, this is one of the dirtiest part of the car, because as I just told you, nobody takes the time to clean it. The material used is a type of carpet to reduce noise in the cabin. The problem with this, however, is that dirt is easily retained in the carpet. It is therefore very important to take the time to rinse this part until the water flowing there becomes transparent. I guarantee it's a very time-consuming process, especially when it's a vehicle that never gets a deep clean. Basically, when I clean a wheel, I always use 5 products, or 4 depending if it's a steel brake or a ceramic brake. Yes, it seems too much, but this is the only way to have a very good result. The first product is a pre-rinse called HP12 by Mafra. The second one is a wheel and tire cleaner from Maniac line. The third one is Sidero from Labo Cosmetica, and this is a iron remover, as you can see right now. And the fourth one is Decaflash, so this is a tar remover, very important. And the fifth one is Beneficia, so this is a wash and coat. So basically it's a quick protection to make the water bead perfectly. After cleaning the tires and rims, I now take the time to wash the engine bay. Same idea behind the cleaning of the wheel wells. I'm really going to take my time to rinse everything properly, and this will allow me to get a much better result at the end because I have already removed most of the dirt. Of course, the engine has to be cold and you really have to take the time to dry at the end to avoid any problems. As you guys can see, I use a detail brush to be able to reach every single details of the engine bay while using the product called Primus from Labo Cosmetica. I really take the time to touch every single surface with my detail brush to make sure that everything is very clean at the end. When the surface is wet, everything looks perfect, but it's not the case, because with my experience, I know that there will be dirt left in certain places, so I really take the time to touch everything. When I rinse and the water react in this way with the plastic, it is a sign that the surface is really clean. The next step will be to clean the space around the fuel cap. You will see in the before and after at the end that there was a lot of dirt accumulated in this place, and it is a place that is typically forgotten. Filling up with gas with this very clean spot is a funny, inexplicable feeling, but I really love having this stuff clean like the exterior of the vehicle. Very important not to forget to clean the space around the doors. When the customer opens doors, they will immediately notice the difference. I'm telling you guys, this is very important. During this step, I always carry a dry microfiber with me to wipe up any splashes in the cabin. I don't want the splashes to dry on the leather as this could damage it. The product I'm using here is once again HP12 from Mafra. And why? Because this is a very versatile product and I'm in love with this product. The next step will be cleaning the exhaust. This is also a part that most people forget about when cleaning. I remember when I started cleaning vehicles, I never thought about cleaning this kind of part, but as time progressed, I started to notice this place, which was always dirty after my cleaning. So I wondered how to clean these kind of parts, and after doing several tests, I discovered the right technique. The owner of the car had a ceramic coating installed before my arrival, so the water beaded very well on the surface and the paint was in very good condition. Before touching the paint with a microfiber mitt, I take the time to use a detail brush to reach all the details of the bodywork. You probably see a lot of people like me using this brush to clean the exterior of a vehicle, and you say to yourself, nah, that is just a marketing stunt or a really unnecessary step, but I can guarantee you guys that using this type of brush will allow me to have a much better result at the end. My detail brush is helping me, especially on a vehicle like this, which has a lot of details in the front with every single nooks and crannies. The final step of the wash process for the exterior is washing the paint using the 2-bucket method. So basically, I'm using 1 bucket with water, so only water with a grit guard at the end to rinse and remove every contaminant from the paint, and the second bucket with a mixture of water and product and also a grit guard. Same thing as the engine bay. When the water is beading like that on the plastic, it's a good sign. Drying the car is really fun because the paint has a certain coating on top of it, and then I'm using a Metrovac blower with a microfiber towel. Now it's finally time to attack the interior, and why I'm starting with the floor mat, because I want to clean this part of the vehicle because I can remove it. So I'm gonna be using a tire brush to clean this kind of floor mat. And why I'm using this type of brush instead of a drill brush? Well, simply because I am more precise. So I tend to do a much better job with a tire brush. Next, I'm going to spend a lot of time on the carpet inside the car because for me it's one of the most important part of the interior. I'll be using a vacuum cleaner with a tornado, so a mini tornado to blow out every single debris inside the vehicle, and then I'm going to remove every salt stain. Here in Quebec, when the roads get very slippery because of winter condition, well, the authorities decide to put salt on the road to make them safer. On the other end, when people walk outside with their boots, the salt is lodged directly under them, and when people enter the vehicle, the salt is then transferred inside. The snow that is mixed with the salt melts under the boot, so the salt ultimately lodges in the fabric of the carpet, and this creates stains that are very difficult to remove. In order to remove the salt stain, I'm using hot water with a tire brush to agitate every mineral, and then I'm using an extractor to remove everything. After doing all that, I'm going to do a carpet shampoo with Glico from Labo Cosmetica. You can see here that I'm spraying the product everywhere, but not on the floor, because ultimately the carpet will go back in this position, so I don't want to clean and put moisture in the wrong places. Once again here, I'm using a tire brush because I'm more precise and I don't want to scratch any plastic surrounding the carpet with a drill brush, going much faster than my hand. After being done with the extractor, here's all the dirt I just pulled out of the driver's carpet. Ugh. The next step will be to clean the Alcantara steering wheel. Take a good look at my microfiber, how clean it is, and you will see that at the end of the wash process, the microfiber will have a lot of dirt on it. In order to clean this kind of surface, I'm going to be using 3 things. So the first is Ductile from Labo Cosmetica, then a detail brush, and finally a soft brush. First, I'll spray the product on my detail brush to apply the product even on the surface, and then I'm going to agitate the product with my soft brush. I will finally wipe off the product of the steering wheel, and as you can see, there is a lot of dirt on my microfiber like I told you guys earlier. Before cleaning the plastic or leather of this car, I'm gonna be removing every dust behind the back seat. This wash process is going to repeat itself while cleaning the door, the center console, the seat, the driver's pedal, everything. So basically I'm using one product, so Omnia or Derma cleaner from Labo Cosmetica. Then I'm going to use a scrub pad or a detail brush. I'm going to follow with the steam machine, and then I'm going to dry with the Metrovac blower. There is only one thing I'm going to change when I'm going to be cleaning the leather seat. So basically at the end of the wash process, I'm going to wipe the leather with a damp microfiber towel to remove any residue of the product I was using before, to have a clean matte finish. Alright, so the car is now outside to take some final pictures and video of the exterior of the car with the light of the sun. And let me show you guys the amount of dirt I just pulled that was underneath the car. So look at this. This is completely amazing. So this is from all the suspension and stuff like that. And look at this. This is literally rocks and sand from years and years of driving. This is so satisfying to pull out of the car. So right now the car is back to new. Here is the final result for this beautiful Audi RS5. After 16 hours of cleaning non-stop, I can say that the car is looking absolutely brand new. Let me know in the comment below what is your favorite before and after of this video. For this car, I'm going to go with the steering wheel because the before and after is completely amazing. One really nice thing about a good detail is that you can actually feel the difference with your hand. For example, let's take the driver's seat. The sticky leather and shiny leather was very disgusting, and when you rub your hand on the leather, you could feel that it was really sticky. And at the end, with a matte leather, the leather is now very slippery. It's very nice to touch. So that is one difference. And also the major difference is the steering wheel, of course, because most of the time your hands are on the steering wheel because you drive the car. And to have a really nice feeling about a clean steering wheel at the end is really satisfying. And how about the engine bay? Having a good engine bay to look at is really nice, and also the client wanted to bring the car in for service right after, so the mechanic could have a really good surprise working on a really nice clean car. And here's the famous before and after. I am amazed by this one. This is amazing, and look at this. This is shiny and this is matte. So yeah, and door jambs, look at this. Major difference, so nice to look at. My goal at the end of my wash process is to have every surface in the car as matte as possible and as OEM as possible. You know, when you buy a car, every surface inside is matte, like the leather, the plastic, nothing is very shiny. And when dirt and oil and gets into the surface, it gets very sticky and shiny. And you don't want that, so at the end of the wash process, make sure to apply a protection that leaves the surface behind as matte as possible. Good tips to have when cleaning leather to, have a matte surface at the end is to rinse off your scrub pad when you're cleaning the leather. And this is all the dirt that came out of my scrub pad during the process. This is crazy. Thank you guys for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Lab Auto Retail. See you in the next one.